also wanted to ask you, have you seen the latest video from Froch?
I'm not interested in Froch. I'm here, Froch ain't. And I'll bet you Froch ain't come tomorrow night, because when he does, I'm going to bitch slap him. I'll bitch slap him in front of half of Manchester. Enough said on Froch. I seen him with an arsehole twitching like a rabbit's nose when I was there, because I'm the real deal. I'll fight here and now with any man or anybody on this earth. Not hiding from nobody. And all this saying I had people put out of a building. Nonsense! I don't have people put out of nowhere. If you want to come and row, let's fucking row. I don't give a shit. Too old to give a shit.
Do you think he's going to turn up tomorrow?
No, he's not man enough. And if he does, I'll bitch slap him. I'll bitch slap him in front of everybody.
Lastly, John, are you still interested in the Froch fight, or is that sort of that bridge passed?
I'm interested in anybody. Asked them 2.5 million sterling, didn't come back to me. They offered me £1 million. Time I pay tax and everybody else. It's not enough. It's not enough, mate.
That makes sense.
Not enough. I don't need money. You know, what I do need, and what I do know is me.
The big John Fury, the fighting man, 100 out on the hard road. He's been piping up, saying that he wants £2.5 million. Right, can you make this make sense? 1 minute, he wants to give the money to charity. He don't need the money. He's a humble man. He doesn't need money to live. He lives a simple life. He gets offered £1.5 million for charity, he said, but now he wants £2.5 million. £2.5 million. He's priced himself out. The big gobshite, big John Fury, the fighting man.
Froch is a bum, and he'll get what the little men get.
John, we've had the weigh-in today, and they brought the cage back specifically for you. We didn't fancy it today.
You can't repeat things twice. It's never as good the second time round. It's like a marriage. The first time's always the best. So we'll leave the cage where it is.
Now, Tommy's come in over £100 lighter than Eddie, but he looks raring to go. He doesn't think the weight will be a problem.
Look, but Eddie's a giant, but Tommy's a big man. But Eddie's a giant. Well, you let a 217 man crack you on the chin. It's going to hurt. I'm top confident you're going to see a massive, enjoyable event. It's intriguing because you don't know what Eddie can bring. He can switch your lights off at any given second, but we've been trained to avoid bombs and land bombs. That's what our job is. And we're going to do it Saturday night. You'll see.
And I also wanted to ask you, have you seen the latest video from Froch?
I'm not interested in Froch. I'm here, Froch ain't. And I'll bet you Froch ain't come tomorrow night, because when he does, I'm going to bitch slap him. I'll bitch slap him in front of half of Manchester. Enough said on Froch. I seen him with an arsehole twitching like a rabbit's nose when I was there, because I'm the real deal. I'll fight here and now with any man or anybody on this earth. Not hiding from nobody. And all this saying I had people put out of a building. Nonsense! I don't have people put out of nowhere. If you want to come and row, let's fucking row. I don't give a shit. Too old to give a shit.
Do you think he's going to turn up tomorrow?
No, he's not man enough. And if he does, I'll bitch slap him. I'll bitch slap him in front of everybody, and I mean that.
Backstage chaos as Froch goes straight at John Fury, telling him to his face that he's terrified. No messing about, no holding back. This is the Cobra at his fearless best, and John Fury looks like a man who's just been caught out completely.
Come on, John! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! What is all these people? I can slap them on the good, make it all. They shout and scream on the internet. But this is it.
Classic deflection from John Fury here, suddenly talking about money and his son's wealth instead of actually answering Froch's challenge. Froch called him terrified to his face, and this rambling response about millions does absolutely nothing to prove otherwise.
I'll fight in the ring, yeah, but you won't pay me the money I'm worth.
Is there still a possibility?
Of course. Listen, I know my worth and I know what I've got left in me. You know, and at the end of the day, I want paying properly because I don't need money. Money ain't my thing. My sons have got millions.
Absolute masterclass from Froch here. An all-time great taking apart John Fury and Tommy Fury in one go. He's exposed years of dodged fights, called out Tommy's constant excuses around Darren Till, and even proposed a double-header that would settle everything once and for all. This is exactly why John Fury looked terrified backstage, because Froch doesn't just talk, he backs it up with facts and history that nobody in that Fury camp can argue against. The Cobra has officially put the entire family on notice, and honestly, every word of it landed.
He called it on. I've said, yeah, go on then, let's fight. Waste a load of fucking time negotiating. The Zone offered him the money, and he's bottled it, and he calls everybody else a shithouse. He goes around calling everybody else a shithouse, saying he'll fight anyone. He's going to fight fucking no one. Now you know the script. Big John, the fighting man, got no intention of fighting. Whilst talking about Big John, I need to mention his son as well, Tommy Fury. He keeps piping up, saying that a good young one beats a good old one. Tommy, listen, doesn't matter how young you are or how old I am, this connects on your chin. Fucking game over, mate. You'd be absolutely splattered. You've got no chance of taking on a former unified supermiddleweight world boxing champion and International Boxing Hall of Famer, might I add. And why, can I ask you, why do you keep shitting yourself every time Darren Till's name's mentioned? You were scheduled to fight him, he threatened to kick you in the head, you bottled it, and now you don't want to mention him every time he's mentioned. Because it's not a bad little fight, you and Darren Till, is it? I think people want to see that. But every time his name's mentioned, you say no comment. Well, I spoke to Darren Till yesterday, and he had a good little idea. Big John Fury, a fighting man who never fights, against the Cobra, and you can grow a set of knackers and stop letting the Fury name down and fight Darren Till in a double header. Two Furies get splattered on the same night. That'd be fantastic. In the meantime, mate, I'm going to probably be there tomorrow night. Looking forward to it, actually. If Big Eddie Hall doesn't clip you on the chin and just finish off the rest of your joke shop career, have a think about it. Me and Darren Till, and you and your old man.
And there it is, John Fury reaching straight for the foul-mouthed insults instead of actually addressing anything Carl Froch just said about dodged fights and bottled negotiations, calling himself the ultimate male while avoiding every single point raised. This is what happens when someone gets exposed and has nothing left but bluster.
Now, that's all I'll get. Him and double and everything round him. How's that? There, is all. Sorry about the bad language. But let me tell you, you want to follow a man, come to me, the ultimate male.
Carl Froch absolutely tearing apart the has-been label here. And when you actually break down what he's saying, it makes complete sense. He's a former unified world champion and International Boxing Hall of Famer, while John Fury has spent his career talking instead of fighting. Carl Froch fears nobody, and calling out John Fury as the real bottle job is spot on.
Me, a friggin' shithouse.
Friggin' shithouse.
To me, when you call somebody a shithouse, it means they're a bottle job. It means they're scared to fight anybody. I fear no man born from his mother. I don't even know what that means, but he's called me a has-been. What's all this has-been business?
People are only interested in current champions, men who's doing stuff today, who's getting in and fighting. No one wants to know about an has-been. That's all these people are, has-beens.
That comes from somebody who's a never-been. Have you ever been to call me a has-been? Has-been makes no sense. It's ridiculous. It comes from a jealous place.
Because they're friggin' jealous, because they're nobody.
I've never been jealous. I'm happy for boxers that get paid good money for doing the hardest, what I consider to be the hardest sport in the world.
He's been a champion of the world, but I'll tell you what, he's not a champion of the world man, is he? He's a first-class shithouse, wants to kick up the arse.
John Fury, there's no jealousy. I've never been a has-been. Once a champion, all...
Tyson Fury jumping in to defend his dad here, calling all this drama just clever fight promotion and good business. But let's be honest, that's exactly the kind of spin you'd expect from family. Carl Froch didn't confront John Fury backstage for show business reasons. He did it because he genuinely believes John Fury has spent years dodging fights and talking a big game without backing it up. Tyson Fury can call it salesmanship all he wants, but when a legend like Carl Froch tells someone to their face that they're terrified, fans see straight through any attempt to dress that up as promotion.
Tell you, this is show business. We're not here when it's not a political room of educated men. These are fighters teams, fighters things. What a way to sell the fight. My dad's an excellent salesman and he's done a fantastic job. So big up John Fury, get up son.
Duke McKenzie nailing it here. John Fury thrives on chaos and shouting because that's all he's really got left. But chaos only works until someone calls your bluff. And that's precisely what Carl Froch did backstage. While the public might enjoy the noise John Fury creates, there's a massive difference between entertaining theatrics and someone like Carl Froch, a genuine world champion, looking you dead in the eye and telling you you're terrified. John Fury can shout all he wants, but Carl Froch's words clearly hit different, and that confrontation is proof the chaos act only goes so far.
And he knows how to shout houses down and make threats and swear and all the rest of it because he creates chaos wherever he goes. And for whatever the reason, the public, they
More straight talking from Carl Froch, and once again he's not afraid to call things exactly as he sees them. Disgraceful, embarrassing, unacceptable. These are strong words from a man who has earned the right to speak this honestly about the sport. While John Fury spends his time making threats and dodging questions about Darren Till, Carl Froch is out here holding people accountable and saying what needs to be said. This is the difference between someone who actually cares about boxing's integrity and someone who just uses it as a platform for endless noise and excuses.
Mockery of boxing and just disgust and disgrace the room. I mean, it's disgusting and disgraceful what he's done. He should be embarrassed. I hope he is embarrassed, but it's not acceptable. I don't know why.
John Fury back to his usual bravado, talking up his son and talking down the opponent. Business as usual, really. But after everything Carl Froch exposed about dodged fights and bottled negotiations, all this big talk about power and pocket rockets feels pretty hollow. It's easy to predict knockouts and talk about other people's limitations when you've never had to step in the ring yourself and back up your own words. Carl Froch has the credentials to back up everything he says. John Fury just has noise, and after that backstage confrontation, the gap between the two could not be clearer.
You don't know what he's in for. He thinks because Tommy's small. Tommy's like a pocket rocket, isn't he, compared to him? And I got that body belt on, I'm feeling the power. He can't take that. That's why he wants to do 2-minute rounds, isn't it? You can't do the 3. You know, I can't blame him. You've got to give Eddie all props because he's not a fighter. He's going to get in with Tommy knowing full well what can happen to him. And the only thing he's going to try and do is swing. But he only
Even Frank Warren admitting that what he saw from John Fury wasn't something anyone wanted to witness, and apparently apologies have already had to be made behind the scenes. That tells you everything about how this backstage confrontation actually went down. Carl Froch didn't need to apologize for anything he said. Every word of it was fair, accurate, and honestly overdue. John Fury, on the other hand, is the one who ended up needing to smooth things over. Frank Warren wants everyone to move on and focus on the fight, but the damage to John Fury's image here is already done.
See what everybody else has seen. I wasn't there when it happened because we was inside doing whatever we was doing, other interviews I think, and somebody showed it to me. I see John with his cut head. Look, that's not what we want. I don't want to see that happen, no one does, but I understand now both sides have made it up, they've apologised, so hopefully it's all in the past and we can concentrate what everybody's out here for, which is...
Johnny Nelson putting it perfectly here. John Fury is an emotional man who gets carried away and then has to own up to it afterwards. That's exactly what happened backstage with Carl Froch. John Fury got rattled, reacted emotionally, and now the pressure is on him to behave. Compare that to Carl Froch, who stayed composed, direct, and in complete control of that confrontation throughout. One man walked away looking like he'd lost his cool under pressure. The other walked away looking exactly like the Hall of Fame fighter he is. The contrast really does speak for itself here.
John is an emotional being, gets into the moment, forgets himself. You can see, excuse the bad language, but this is, you know, when you see that, this is the moment when he realised he beat up. It was that, you know, when John had done it, like, shit, what have I done? But he had to own it. I think the pressure was on. The pressure is now on John to behave himself. He's distracted, a lot of attention and talk.
Spencer Brown offering a bit of perspective here, admitting everyone involved could probably do with growing up a little. Fair enough on the surface, but it's worth pointing out there's a clear difference between Carl Froch's confrontation with John Fury and general pushing and shoving among others. Carl Froch wasn't being silly or immature. He was calling out years of dodged fights and excuses with cold hard facts. That's not the same as random shoving matches backstage. If anything, Carl Froch was the one bringing some much-needed accountability into a situation that's been all talk for far too long.
You know, I see Ed Butts down the pub. I used to see him down the pub every weekend. So, you know, it was what it was. You know, and we all were pushing and shoving and being stupid. We maybe need to grow up.
Tony Bellew laying it out plainly here, saying he'd have told his own father straight if he'd behaved the way John Fury did. That's a pretty damning statement from someone who knows this sport inside and out. And it lines up exactly with what we saw backstage when Carl Froch confronted John Fury and called him terrified to his face. Even people within boxing are embarrassed by John Fury's conduct, while Carl Froch's approach, blunt as it was came from a place of genuine frustration with someone who talks endlessly but never delivers. The contrast continues to be night and day.
If father behaved like that at a press conference, I would put him straight and tell him. It's embarrassing and it can't be happening, mate. It's a really bad look for boxing. I'm actually surprised it's been allowed to go on and happen in a place where they're at, to be honest.
Darren Till weighing in here with his own thoughts on how all this could escalate if things ever properly kicked off outside the ring. It's a wild perspective, but it ties right back to everything Carl Froch said about John Fury constantly dodging a fight with Darren Till himself. If Darren Till is out here talking this confidently about real confrontations, you have to wonder why John Fury and Tommy Fury keep avoiding that matchup altogether. Carl Froch called it out directly, and clips like this only add more weight to the argument that the Furies have been ducking a genuinely live opponent.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, if you don't have on site, you're never going to really fight for these things. There's a lot of security, but if it's on, it's on. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is. Like, if I was with my gang and I seen Tommy on his own outside, I would never do anything like that because it's fucking, you don't do shit like that. But, you know, a little fight. Fucking, I had a fight, my last fucking fight outside the ring, so this is what it is. It's fighting. Who's asked? Are you serious about kicking him as well? Obviously, if I'm losing the fight, he's getting kicked straight in the head.
So there it is. The full story of how Carl Froch went backstage and told John Fury to his face that he's terrified. And honestly, after everything we've just gone through, it's hard to disagree with him. This isn't just about one heated moment. It's about years of dodged fights, bottled negotiations, and a Fury family that talks endlessly but rarely delivers when it actually matters. What's truly at stake here is reputation. For Carl Froch, this is about legacy and standing up for the integrity of a sport he gave everything to. He doesn't need this. He's already a Hall of Famer, but he clearly cares enough to call things out when he sees them. For John Fury, this is about whether he can actually back up any of the talk for once, or whether he continues being exposed every time someone with real credentials calls his bluff. If Carl Froch wins this battle of words and reputation, and let's be honest, he already has, it cements him even further as one of the most respected voices in British boxing, someone fans trust to say what others are too scared to. And if John Fury somehow shocks everyone by actually following through on any of his talk, stepping up to fight Darren Till, addressing the points Carl Froch raised directly, that would be the biggest surprise of this entire saga. Mentally, there's no contest here. Carl Froch is composed, direct, and completely unbothered, while John Fury reacts emotionally and gets rattled the moment someone calls him out properly. Carl Froch clearly wants accountability. John Fury just wants the noise to die down. Oh, what do you reckon? Was Carl Froch right to call John Fury out like that? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more boxing content like this.